Hello, cadets. How are you? I'm sure you are fine by the grace of the Almighty Allah. So I welcome you, all of you, in my class. That was the today's class, and let me make you conscious about the corona at the very beginning. So be aware of corona. You know the second wave of corona is prevailing in the country, not only in the country but also all over the world. So be very cautious about this serious issue. So boys, Selim sir, that means Sayyid Salimud Jawan, Assistant Professor, Department of English, will take your today's class. And today our class will be on a very serious issue. But that serious issue is not about the corona. That serious issue is about the climate change. And we will discuss everything. We will try to discuss all the things about this serious issue. Okay, boys. Today you see our unit is unit 5 and lesson is lesson 1, and the topic is climate change. This is the name of your unit, that is the climate change. And I have already told you this is a very serious issue. This is more serious than the corona issue. Corona is prevailing in the country, in the world for 1 year, or it may prevail 2 or 3 years like this. Ultimately, it may go vanish. But this climate change, this has been started 100 years ago, and it can continue 100 years more, no problem. So this is a more serious issue than the corona crisis. So you just be more attentive in your class so that you can get all the things very clearly about what is the causes of the climate change and what is the ultimate situation of the climate change and how what problems can be faced, what solution can be taken, etc. like this. So cadets, after going through the text, you will get some learning outcomes, and you know learning outcomes are very important for any learners. And after going through the text, you will be able to comprehend and summarize the text, and you will be able to ask and answer the questions. You will be able to take part in debates on given topics. You will be able to take part in role playing and making dialogues. You will be able to draft and deliver lectures on given topics. You will be able to write letters to newspapers highlighting certain problems. You will be able to write slogans for posters. One thing here, one thing more for the cadets, these slogans for posters. This is not political slogans. This is not for political posters. This is slogans is for environment change, posters for climate change, environment change. That means your top issue, top topic. So don't take it negatively, rather use it positively. Okay. You see, I have selected a very beautiful photo for you with a very good title, Polar Bears Losing Living Place. This photo is also given on the top of the page of your text. And though there is no caption there, but I have given a caption here, I have given a title here to make you understand the gravity of the situation, gravity of the situation, that is actually what is going to happen for our life. And if you think that this photo is a very normal photo that a polar bear is trying to stand up on a piece of ice in the polar areas, then this is a very simple thing. But if you take it seriously, then you can get different explanations like this. The real inhabitants of the polar areas, that is the polar bears, they are not getting a small piece of ice to stand up there. That means they are losing their living places. So what will happen to us? We are also like the polar bears, though we don't live in the polar areas. We are not living in the polar areas, but when the polar bears are losing their living places, that means the ices are melting down, the sea level are rising up. That's why the lands of our living place are going down under the sea water. And so we will also lose our place like the polar bears. So this is a very symbolic picture and very important picture for you. For you, if you think it seriously. Okay, boys. So now you see another very good picture, beautiful picture with the title Mother Earth with Beautiful Nature. Now I have selected a very beautiful picture for you, and it's a very nice picture for you. I think, and so many people are living here in the lap of the mother nature. The very beautiful rivers very beautiful rivers are flowing there, and there is a hills, forest, whatnot. A very beautiful nature, with very beautiful picture. You will get all the things here. And mother, we always like to see this mother art with this beautiful nature. We never like to see our mother art with some uh, dangerous pictures. Now, cadets, you see another photo. This photo is on the land of ice. That means, as we are talking about the climate change and the weather change and the ultimate consequence and the ultimate disasters of the change. So, I have decided to show you a photo on the land of ice. That is actually what is the situation, what should be the situation, and what situation we are going to face and we are facing. So this is also very important. Each and every slide, each and every word is very important for you. So you just go through it, never bypass it. So now another picture for you. This is ice breaking. So the previous picture was about the land of the ice, and now you see the picture about ice breaking. That means why the problem we are facing, because the ice of the polar areas are breaking down. That's why the ice is melting down, and sea level is rising up. That's why we are facing the troubles. And you see how and what a huge part of the ice of the polar areas are breaking down and melting down all the time. And we the gentlemen are responsible for this situation. No Mehrjan or Mehrjan, that is the protagonist, the main character of our today's lesson, or the common people or the sufferers, they are not responsible for this situation. We the gentlemen, we the rich people and the people of the rich countries are responsible for this. Okay, cadets, I have selected some photos. I have selected some topics, issues for you to make you better, to make you understand, for your better understanding about our today's lesson, the grid of the rolling rivers. Now you can think that actually, so what is the link between this lesson, the grid of the rolling rivers, and climate change? So why the Selim sir has chosen or selected so many photos? That is the photos on polar bears losing their living place, and Mother Earth with beautiful nature, and land of ice, and the ice breaking of the polar areas. Why Selim sir has chosen or selected these photos for us? Because we will go through the lesson, the grid of the rolling rivers. That is quite naturally our topic is rivers, but sir is talking about the climate change and ice breakings and the polar ice, polar bears. What is the link? What is the breeze between the two topics? Yes, this question can be very common for you, but definitely there is the breeze, there is the link between the two topics, because the river erosion is also the ultimate consequence of the climate change that you will get through in the last part of your text when you will go through your text. So this is interrelated with each other. Okay, now let us go through the text, lesson one, the grid of the rolling rivers, and you see another photo, another picture, the picture of the Meher Jan, and boys, don't be surprised to see it, because this is a very common picture of the common life of Meher Jans, and only one Meher Jan is cited here. So many Meher Jans are waiting for us, perhaps you don't know. This is not an artificial picture. This is a very common picture. This is the very common life of the Meher Jans' lives, of the mayors, and we the rich people, we the gentlemen are responsible for their lives, for their sufferings. I am citing these lines again and again. I am talking about these lines again and again. We the gentlemen are responsible for this. Now let us start. Mayor lives in Islam on the Shirang's town protection embankment. So you see, quite naturally, you can get a question. Town protection embankment can be a place for living people. The answer is quite naturally no, because a town protection embankment is only to protect a city or town from the any natural disaster. So why Merjan is living there? Quite naturally, a question can arise in our mind. So why Merjan is there? Why Merjan is living there? What is the cause behind this? Her polythene roof shelter looks like a case, and you see her hut, Choto Kudegor, her small hut, this is also made of polythene. Its roof also made of polythene. And you say this is just looking like a small case of the bars. Is it possible for a man, for a human man, for a human being to live there? The answer is quite naturally, definitely no. This is not a place for people to live on there, to live on there. She is nearly 45 but looks more than her age. And you see, Mirjan is only 45 years old lady, but she is looking older than her real age. Why? That means she is suffering from all fundamental rights. She is suffering from all nutrition. She is suffering from all facilities. She is deprived from all facilities. She is suffering from all, what should I say, all punks of the lives. That's why Mirjan is looking older than her real age. In front of her shelter, she is trying to make a fire to cook days only one meal. And you see, cadets, now the writer is talking about Mirjan's meal, Mirjan's cooking food, and Mirjan is trying to cook food for days only one meal. Now, what a surprising thing. You cadets, you think in the cadet college you have 5 meals in a day. In our houses, generally we have 3 meals in a day. And now Mirjan, with such hardship, she is trying to cook food for a day's only one meal. She has no capability to cook food for 2 or 3 meals. Now you see how much sufferings her children are facing, how much hardship she is facing. Being a mother, she is trying to cook food for days only one meal, no 2 or 3 meals. Her weak hands tremble as she adds some fallen leaves and straw to the fire. And you see she is very weak, so weak that even her fingers and hands are stumble when she is trying to add some leaves and stuff to the fire. When she is trying to fanning the fire, her hands are stumbling. She is so weak because she is passing her life through much hardship. The whispering wind from the river Jonah makes the fire unsteady. Now you see this is a very symbolic lines. The whispering wind from the river Jonah makes the fire unsteady. That means not only the wind of the Jonah is making the fire unsteady, the water of the river Jonah is also making her life unsteady. So there is a breeze, there is a link, harmony between two types of unsteady. So the writer has chosen very good lines to give us a very right indication to the sufferings of the Mirjan's life, to the people like Mirjan's, to the sufferings of the people like Mirjan's. So you see what kind of beautiful language the writer has chosen. The wind of the Jonah is making the fire unsteady, and on the other hand, the river of the Jonah, the water of the Jonah is making the Mirjan's life unsteady. And who is responsible for their unsteady life? I have already given you the answer. With the gentleman, with the gentleman, with the rich man, with the rich people, with the people of the rich countries are responsible for the unsteady life of the Mirjans. They are not responsible for their unsteady lives. We the gentlemen are responsible for their lives. We are enjoying our lives, they are suffering their lives. They are suffering their lives because we are enjoying their lives. So they are not responsible. We are responsible for this. The dancing of the flames remind Meherjan of the turmoil in her life. This is also another symbolic lines, very good symbolic lines here. The dancing flames of the fire. You know, when the wine touches the flame of the fire, then it seems that the fire is dancing. So the dancing flames reminds Meherjan's the turmoil in her life. These dancing flames of the fire are also reminding Meherjan the turmoil, that is the dancing lives of her life. This dancing is the dancing steps of the lives doesn't mean the positive dancing steps. This is indicating negative step. That is the turmoil of our life. It's the Jivan Uttan Pato, Dhangsho, Viparjay. These dancing flames are reminding Meherjans of the ups and downs of our life. Not long ago, Meherjan had everything. And you see, the writer now is talking about the past life of the Meherjan. That is, the Meherjan's life was not like this. Meherjan was a very happy lady. She had everything. She had a family. She had land. She had cattle. She had children. She had husband. What not everything she had. She was very happy in her life. But now, why Meherjan is now suffering a lot for this? Answer is very clear. We the gentlemen are responsible for Meherjan's life. The erosion of the Jumna consumed gradually all our landed property, and the river erosion of the Jumna has consumed everything from Mirza's life. It finally claimed her last shelter during the last monsoon, and whatever she had, that was also collapsed by the river Jumna during the last monsoon. It took the river only a day to demolish mother's house. Sorry. And the river Jamuna, the greedy river Jamuna, took only one day to demolish everything. Her mother's houses, that means her Baba Bastavita, trees, vegetables, gardens, bamboo bush, everything. That means whatever left for Meherjans, that was caught by the greedy river Jamuna by only one day. Actually, I will try to show you a video clip how much uh, dangerous can be the river erosion in the last part of our class. Then you will be surprised to see it as if the Hollywood movie is going on. Actually, this is not a movie. This is the real life, real scene. She had a happy family once. Over the years, she lost her husband, and her family disease at the coral. Hunger and poverty brought to the family. That I was talking about. The writer has given everything about the Mirza's life here. Once Mirza's life had everything, and after losing her husband, now Mirza has to suffer a lot for after the death of her husband. Now Mirza has to suffer a lot for her survival in the life. So now she is the only one left to live on with the loss and the pain. Now Mirza is passing the days with the loss and pain of her life. Now Mirza is passing the days thinking the happiness and sorrows of her life, reminding the sorrows and pains of her life. The greedy Jonah has shattered the dreams and happiness, and the greedy river Jonah has shattered all her dreams. The greedy river Jonah has taken everything from her life. Now Mirza has only one thing: to suffer, suffer, and suffer. Only suffering is there in her life. No happiness is there in her life. So who is responsible for this? Answer is very clear. I have already told you. We the gentlemen are responsible for this. We the rich people are responsible for this. We the rich people of the rich countries are responsible for this. Merzans and the people like Merzans are not responsible for this. There are thousands others waiting to share the same fate with Merzans. So the writer is talking about only one Merzan. We are also talking about, we are also giving lecture. We are also discussing about only one Merzan. But there are so many Merzans are waiting in the list to face the same fate. Perhaps we don't know. We don't bother about it. We are just enjoying our lives. We are just enjoying passing our time. And we are just pushing this Merzans' lives into the hell. Bangladesh is a land of rivers that affect its people. You know, Bangladesh is a riverine country. So many rivers are here. And Bangladesh and the whole country is crisscrossed by the rivers. So at least so far I can remember here, more than 250 rivers we have in our country. And so quite naturally, you can think that as we have so many rivers, so river erosion is also very common thing for us. Yes, river erosion is very common thing for us. River erosion can be very common thing us. But if it is natural, no problem. But when it is unnatural, then this is problem. Now we are facing the unnatural river erosion only for the climate change. That's why the river bed is filled up and the river is drying up. Rivers are losing their water. That's why the river erosions are getting place in a large number of scale. That's why so many Merzans are suffering a lot for their lives, and we are responsible for this. I am citing this sentence again and again. I am using this reference again and again. We are responsible for this. And in for your information, cadets, in 2009, that means 2009 साले, the government of the Maldives they decided to hold a meeting just under the water of the sea to give the indication to the people, to the leaders of the advanced world, that we can be swept away anytime by the tidal waves of the Bay of Bengal for your enjoyment, for the joyous life you are leading there. So now you think, if a government is thinking like this, that we are going to, then we have no place to live just on the soil. We have to live under the water. That's why we are holding the meeting under the water. So you, the leaders of the world, please, you be aware of the situation. You please think of us. Then what about the Merzans? Who will think of the Merzans? Who will talk about the Merzans? There is nobody to talk about the Merzans. Bangladesh, okay, erosion is a harsh reality for the people living along the river banks. That's why the people who are living just beside the bank of the rivers like Padma, Meghna, Jamuna, Brahmaputra, etc. So river erosion is a very common thing for their lives. This has become very common thing for their lives. During this monsoon, many more villagers are threatened by the roaring of rivers like the Jamuna, Padma, and Meghna. And this is getting a serious turn, especially during the monsoon, when the roaring of the rivers like the Jamuna, Padma, Meghna, they are becoming more furious, more ferocious. They are becoming during the monsoon time, and they are taking enough land, and so many from states and the lands, the cattle's bamboos of the inhabitants of the people who are living just beside the river. It is estimated that river erosion makes at least 1 lakh people homeless every year in Bangladesh. And it is you have a statistics cadets here that almost 1 lakh people per year are becoming homeless for river erosion in our country, that is in your Bangladesh. In fact, river erosion is one of the main dangers caused by the climate change. Now, this is I was talking about this at the very outset. That is the boys. You can have a question, sir. What is the link between the climate change and the river erosion? Because you have selected some beautiful photos and some pictures, and you are talking about the climate change, and now you are taking the class on the river erosion. So, what is the link between the climate change and the river erosion? Now, at the last part of the of your lesson, you are getting that thing, that what is the link between the river erosion and the climate change? Because river erosion is one of the main dangers caused by the climate change. As the climate is getting changed, that's why river erosion is getting in a large number of scale in our country. So there is a there is a harmony, there is a breeze between the climate change and the river erosion. So now, if we cannot take prompt actions to adapt to climate change, there will be thousands of more emergencies in our towns and villages every year. So now, this is a very important issue for us. That means now we are talking about the problems, we are talking about the bad sides of the river erosions and the sufferings of the emergencies. Now, another thing is coming in our mind is, what is the solution? There are some solutions, and now we have to think about the solutions. And if we cannot take prompt actions to stop this climate change or solve these problems, then definitely there will be thousands of more emergencies in our towns and villages every year. That is the number of the emergencies, number of the people of like emergencies will rise up day by day, year by year, and once upon the time will come when we will have nothing to do for them, and the time is up heading towards when we are also maybe going to enlist our names in the list of the emergencies or the people of the emergencies if we don't stop it, if we are not serious, if we don't think seriously about this serious issue in the future also.
সামনে যাও না
জায়গা মাইশা পড়ছে আর এরকম ভাবে ভাঙতেছে যে মানুষ আসলে ব্যাপক ক্ষয়ক্ষতির মধ্যে আছে।
এই বছর
লা ইলাহা ইল্লাল্লাহু মুহাম্মাদুর রাসূলুল্লাহ নাকি
সরকার মুখের দিকে চেয়েছিলাম, কিন্তু আমরা কোনো আজও কাজের কোনো প্রতিফলন পাই নাই। কিন্তু এবার যে ভাঙার পরিমাণ দেখা যেতেছে, আমাদের নড়িয়া পৌরসভাটা, নড়িয়া বাজার, থানা সব বিলীন হয়ে যাবে অতি শীঘ্রই।
Okay, cadets, thank you so much for the class. So for corona crisis, please stay home and stay fine. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.